All right, here we go. It's a brand new Flyers Daily for Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. Flyers Daily, as always, presented by Ticketmaster. Make more memories live. Flyers will not be back in action for a couple of more days. Tuesday night, they'll kick off the schedule for the month of December at Wells Fargo Center with the Florida Panthers. Then on Saturday, 1 o'clock, they're going to go to TD Garden to take on the Boston Bruins. And then Sunday, it'll be a back-to-back this weekend. A game that was scheduled for 7 o'clock. Now it is pushed back to 7:30. It'll be the first visit of the Utah Hockey Club to Philadelphia and Wells Fargo Center. So note that game change time if you have tickets and you're headed to the game. And a 7:30 start instead of 7 p.m. So slightly larger gap for the Flyers in that back-to-back. This episode, however, I talked about at the end of yesterday's episode, that we're going to have Matvei Michkov and Alexei Kolosov on this episode together. And that's exactly what we're going to have. Now, let me just give a couple of disclaimers real quick and kind of just tell people about my thinking on this. I've been trying to figure out the right time to get them on, obviously, or individually or even together. I thought the opportunity to get them together would be a little bit different because it'll make them both feel more comfortable. And the interpreter for the Flyers power skating coach Slava is going to be the guy that you're going to hear interpreting a lot of the questions and answers to me. And I'm leaving all of that in so that you can kind of feel how I felt in this interview. And obviously, I've done a lot of interviews over my 2 years in broadcasting. And this one's different. I did do the one last year with Ivan Fedotov when he first got over. And Denis Gurianov sat in on that and did a lot of the interpretation to Fedotov in that interview. So I've kind of gone down that road a little bit before, although Fedotov could speak more English than both Matvei Michkov and Alexei Kolosov. But the reason why I waited till now is because, my job first and foremost is not to get in the way of these guys adapting to North America, adapting to the game. So I want them to get as comfortable as possible before getting them on Flyers Daily. And it's a real interesting conversation. I will tell you that I haven't had I never had any conversations with Alexei Kolosov prior to this, and just brief hallway interactions, if you will, with Matvei Michkov. So there's no relationship level of trust. They don't know me from Adam. I'm pretty sure they don't listen to Flyers Daily because they wouldn't understand or watch. So they don't know my style of interviewing or anything about me. So the first thing I did when they came into the room was I always try and make anybody that I'm going to have a sit-down conversation with feel comfortable. And I was thinking to myself, how the heck am I going to kind of break the ice with these two who have no clue who I am and don't speak the same language as me, all of those things. And when I was at the practice facility at Flyers Training Center, I found this. It's a little tiny soft ball. And I grabbed it just to kind of fiddle with it because I have ADD and I fidget and throwing it against the wall and catching it and blah, blah, blah. But I said, this could be something I can use. So when they walked into the room, they come in, both of them, hey, how you doing? Kind of in broken English or whatever. And Matvei's walking over to me to shake my hand. And I show the ball like this and I flick it to him. And he's like, boom, caught it. I said, pretty good. And then he flicked it back to me. Boom, caught it. So I looked at Kolosov and I flicked it to him and it hit it off him and it fell. And Matvei's like, and they started giving it to him. But that right there, this little ball cut the tension of that conversation because we had a little bit of fun for a couple of minutes with the ball. And then we sat down and did this interview. So it was my way to kind of loosen them up a little bit and have some fun. And you're going to hear me ask the question, address it to the individual person. Slava is going to interpret it to them, and then they're going to answer it, and he's going to then tell us what they said. So obviously a little bit different. It's not going to be this free-flowing conversation that we often do on Flyers Daily, but I think it's great insight. And I will tell you that I feel like there's a little bit of a with Matvei, like he really has fun with it. Like you can see by his facial expressions And he often followed his own answer up to add more to it as well. Alexei Kolosov, a little bit more soft-spoken and has been here less time, so understandable. But here it is. Matvei Michkov, Alexei Kolosov, a Flyers Daily special. Here's the conversation with the two Flyers rookies. It is a very special edition of Flyers Daily brought to you by Ticketmaster, Make More Memories Live. A day that I've been waiting a long time for, times two. Well, times three. We'll give Slava some of that too. We're here with Slava, who's going to interpret for us. We're with Matvei Michkov and with Alexei Kolosov. Where I want to start is, we'll kind of take it individually here, but let's start with you, Matvei. What's the process been like of integrating into North America off the ice?
Как у тебя процесс проходит адаптации в Северную Америку, помимо льда?
Да нормально, что потихоньку, с каждым днем все лучше и лучше, адаптируемся и привыкаем к новой жизни.
Everything is good, slowly adapting to the North America. So everything is going in process.
Is there a particular food that he likes?
Какая-нибудь у тебя еда новая появилась?
Но мне на самом деле американская еда не особо нравится, потому что она жирная, а так у меня мама готовит вкусно.
The American food is not his favorite because it's too fat. And mom's cooking at home, so he's in good condition.
So mom cooks good lean meals. Alexei, what's that been like for you to integrate into life here in North America? It's been a little bit of a shorter term for you.
Как ты адаптируешься к Северной Америке, и у тебя чуть-чуть короче адаптация, то есть чем можешь поделиться?
Да, в принципе, все то же самое, все хорошо, все нормально, привыкаю, смотрю на местную культуру, посещаю местные достопримечательности.
Same thing, slowly but surely adapting to the culture and sightseeing, going with the famous spots and just getting knowing of the surrounding.
Okay. For Matvei, being here, having Alexei here, having Ivan Fedotov here, and Zamula, I know you guys have all developed a pretty strong bond already. How much has that helped you, having some fellow countrymen here also with you?
Находясь здесь, находясь вместе с ребятами, с Иваном, с Егором, с Алексеем, как это у вас образовался уже такой небольшой, дружеский коллектив? Как это помогает во всем?
Не, конечно, помогает, и классно, что есть русские ребята, с кем могу пообщаться на своем родном языке.
It's of course it helps. It's really cool that there's a players I can talk in the native language.
Но и с другими ребятами стараюсь общаться, как-то находить коммуникацию, чтобы было легче и на льду, и в жизни.
But the other guys are trying to communicate with the other guys as well. They're all part of the team. So,
for Alexei, when you have the position that you're in is unique as a goaltender, but to also have another Russian-speaking goaltender in Ivan, that certainly helps translate coaching to you and also just kind of assimilating.
Translate coaching?
To be able to help get the message of the coach?
Помогает, нет?
Тренер.
Нет, он говорит, что спрашивает, ты в уникальной позиции находишься, как вратарь, но имея второго вратаря, который говорит по-русски, это помогает то, что там обучаться вот этому, то, что здесь именно дают.
Ну да, если я что-то не понимаю, мне Ваня переводит, помогает.
If you don't understand something, Ivan is always helping to translate.
Who do you model your game after? When you're growing up, you watch other goaltenders, you like certain elements. Are there guys that influenced your style of goaltending?
Кто твой, когда рос, кто твой модель был? Кому подражаешь?
У меня не было такого прям одного примера. Я смотрел на многих вратарей НХЛ и брал что-то лучшее от каждого.
There's no particular one model. He look at the NHL goalkeepers and take from many the best.
There's definitely some Sergei Bobrovsky in there, though, isn't there?
Сергей Бобровский там у тебя здесь идет немножко.
Есть, но первый был Сарас, которого обыграл.
The first was Sarat, and he gladly beat him at the Nashville.
UC Saros.
Yeah.
Same stature too.
That's the first one.
Yeah. Matvei, coming here, one of the things you said recently, you've been stepping up in really big moments, and that you have to be cold-blooded in those moments. Has that been something that's always been a part of your game, rising at the biggest times in games?
Приехав сюда, у тебя очень такие много больших моментов, и в этих моментах ты должен находиться как бы с холодной головой, с холодной кровью, как говорят здесь. Это всегда у тебя такое было, или ты что-то это у тебя появилось новое?
Да нет, в принципе, всегда старался сохранять какое-то спокойствие. Вот. Что паниковать-то?
Always try to keep cool, try not to panic. Always been like this.
То, что ушло, то не наше, наше от нас не уйдет.
What's the go away? It's not mine. The mine, it was not gonna go away. That's like sort of speech.
Okay.
Sort of speak.
I saw that after the last game, you scored the overtime winner. Ivan gave you the belt, and you said, "Great win," but the best player was Coley. To be able to hand that off to him, I imagine means a great deal for you guys coming up through this whole thing together.
После игры Ваня дал тебе ремень, но ты сказал, что это сегодня Колы достоин этого ремня. Как ты считаешь, то есть это же большое достижение, то есть то, что такое возможно.
Ну, классно, что забил в овертайме, да. Здорово поборолся, во-первых, мой партнер за шайбу, выкинул мне ее, 0.
That was great to score in overtime. The partner was win the pack and give it to him.
Да, моя задача была просто забить гол.
I had to just score the goal.
Вот, а лучшим, я считаю, что в той игре был Kolosov.
He still think the best in that game was Kolosov.
Он не так много матчей выигрывает.
He don't win that many.
You guys, this is for both of you. Let's start with you, Coley. You guys both seem like you're having a really good time, a lot of fun.
Начиная с себя, похоже, что вы все здесь как бы наслаждаетесь своим временем, получаете наслаждение от времени, проводящего здесь.
Кто? Русские?
Да. Ну, вот, как вы вдвоем-то.
Конечно. Да.
Of course. Enjoy the time.
How's it been kind of with your teammates? And I know they're having a lot of fun with you, Matvei, and are really encouraging and seeing the great things that you're doing.
С партнерами по команде похоже, что ты больше, конечно, имеешь фана, чем Колы. Как ты общаешься с партнерами по команде?
Да так, на ломаном английском. Что знаю по-английски, то и говорю, пытаюсь как-то разговаривать с ними.
He tried to communicate in broken English, but he trying to communicate with them as well.
Не, чего, он тоже нормально, уже шпарит.
Cole is already speaking as well, so they both.
Да, мы с ним как начнем ломать английский.
They are breaking English.
Breaking it in. What makes Matvei so difficult for a goaltender? As somebody, you know what the threats feel like of offensive players around you. What makes him so special?
Что Матвей делает особенно тяжело играть против?
Против него чего тяжело, да?
Почему? Что его делает? Что он такое делает, что против него тяжелее играть, чем, допустим?
Ну, не знаю, он просто забивает.
I don't know, he just scored.
Is it the deception?
Как бы обман, то есть...
Да никакого обмана, он едет, я вижу, понимаю, куда он бросит, она просто облетает, и все.
I see him coming, I see where he is looking, I know he's gonna shoot there, but the puck just find a way to the net.
What's been the biggest adjustment for you coming from the KHL to the NHL? Is it the traffic that you have to deal with and how you have to work through traffic around the net?
Что самое большое изменение по сравнению с КХЛ?
Да, в принципе, да, больше трафика, больше добиваний перед воротами. Но к этому адаптируешься, привыкаешь. В принципе, я уже, можно сказать, чуть адаптировался.
You said it right. There's more traffic. There's more rebounds, more shots on net. But he's adapting to it, and he's feeling pretty good.
For Matvei, I believe you're going to lead the league in goals with your feet below the goal line. In the offensive zone, it seems like you have a confidence you can score from anywhere in the offensive zone. Is that how you approach things?
Для тебя похоже, что когда у тебя ноги за лицевой, перед лицевой, тебе без разницы, откуда забивать. Это то, что ты чувствуешь, что ты можешь забить откуда угодно?
Да не знаю, просто стараюсь действовать по ситуации, там уже будет как будет.
Always work at this situation, whatever it presents, and take the chances.
Есть момент попробовать, пробую. Если нет момента, то стараюсь что-то другое придумать.
There's a moment allowed, he would try to shoot, and if not, then we'll come up with something else.
When you look at how you've had success in the league already and the results that you've gotten coming here early, 2 years earlier than maybe originally expected, how much of an asset is that for you moving forward to get here earlier?
Уже находясь здесь, у тебя хорошо получается, ты хорошо играешь, и то, что ты приехал раньше, чем все думали, что через еще 2 года тебя будем ждать здесь в команде. Как ты считаешь, тебе для будущего, как игрока, это помогло, то, что ты приехал пораньше?
Ну, конечно, быстрее пройдет адаптация и скорее привыкну к этой лиге.
He's agreed it will help him with the development. It will help him with the adapting and get used to the playing in the NHL.
Ну, по крайней мере, надеюсь.
At least he's hoping for.
Well, he's doing a good job. Cole, you had a white mask on today in practice. You changed mask. Does that mean a new mask is coming with a new paint job?
У тебя сегодня было белое на этом самом. Ты что, меняешь себе это самое?
Я понял. Нет, мне сегодня просто попала шайба в маску и сломалась решетка, поэтому администратор взял ее поменять и дал мой запасной шлем.
Today he took a puck in the head, and the mask was broken, so he had to go with his backup. Equipment manager gave him his backup. He's not planning to change the mask.
Okay. Why did you decide to be a goalie? There's kind of, I had older brothers that shoved me in that, or it was the equipment, the mask that attracted you to the position. Why did you become a goalie?
Почему у тебя вот ты решил быть вратарем? Это потому что тебя старший брат толкнул туда, или ты просто тебе нравится форма вратарская?
Какой старший брат?
Как это самое, как кто-то тебя подтолкнул, так скажем. Может, старший брат, может, папа, мама.
Я сходил на хоккей, посмотрел, у меня не было никакого такого привлечения к форме вратарской, просто захотелось, и все.
He went to the hockey game, and he did not particularly like the uniform, but he just wanted to be in the net.
That's a rarity because of the consequence of the position. Last one for you, Matvei. Out of all this experience that you're gaining this year and the bond that you're creating with the teammates, is it just up from here for the team? Because you said it's all about winning and it's all about the team.
Находясь в команде, находя хорошие отношения, получая хорошие отношения с командой, думаю, что отсюда пойдет все выше в гору, потому что когда ты приехал, ты сказал, что мы здесь, чтобы выигрывать.
Ну, до сих пор мы здесь, чтобы выигрывать. Вот, стараемся каждую игру выходить на лед и выкладываться по максимуму.
We're still here to win. We go on every night on the ice and then give it all.
И задачи у нас самые высокие, поэтому спрос большой с каждого из нас.
The responsibility is big, and they have to do the best what they can do.
What's the favorite English word that you've learned? It can be a bad word.
Твое любимое английское слово, которое ты научился?
Today is the best player, Коля.
You got him again.
Good job, good win.
Good job, we win. Well, you guys have been saying that.
Самые любимые слова это когда good win, наверное.
You guys have been saying that a lot lately.
Вы это говорите часто в последнее время.
Что друг другу лучшего передаем, конечно.
Wish the best to each other.
Great. Guys, thanks for doing this. Really appreciate it. Thanks for joining Flyers
Thank
Daily.
you.
Спасибо.
I'm 52, but I still got my goalie reflexes. I don't know about Coley, though. Thanks to Slava for handling all of the interpretation. Thanks to Matvei Michkov and Alexei Kolosov for taking the time to join us on Flyers Day. I look forward to, as they gain, better grasp of the language, to having some really cool sit-downs. And not about just hockey. Like, I want to find out about the people. That's what I like to do. I like to find out about, I see the person on the ice and I'm intrigued by both of them as hockey players, but I'm more intrigued by both of them as humans. and where they are, what they're going through, coming over here into a foreign country, not speaking the language. I asked about food at one point there as well, and Matvei said that a lot of the American food's too fattening. So, those things, I'm looking forward to having those conversations, and they're probably not far off when you consider that late in the season last year when Ivan Fedotov got here, he really didn't speak any English. And then as you saw on an episode during training camp, I think it was, Ivan Fedotov and I sat down and had a 25-minute conversation. And his English was very good with a vast vocabulary. So I look forward to that as well. But I hope everybody enjoyed that. Matvei Michkov has got this city right like this ball, right in the palm of his hand. And people are electrified by him. And it makes total sense why. He is a superstar talent that's only going to get better and better and better. And he's already really darn good. The future for Alexei Kolosov could be bright as they come as well. So everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll have Patrick Sharp on. They were working on the power play at practice yesterday. And we'll talk to Sharpie about that and much more. So join us then on a brand new Flyers Daily.